The federal government has announced the reopening of the 47 unity schools that were shut down in November, reaffirming its commitment to safeguarding students and ensuring the continuity of education across the country. According to a statement issued on Thursday by spokesperson for the Federal Ministry of Education, that's Folashade Boriowo, academic activities have fully resumed in the affected schools following the strengthening of security architecture within and around their premises. It added that students have returned safely to their campuses, with many currently concluding their December academic programs, while others have successfully completed the examinations. Arise News analyst Dayo Sobowale is here to discuss this and the need for government at all levels to implement safe school measures to guarantee that insecurity does not disrupt the academic calendar anymore. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale. Many thanks for being here.
Yeah, good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here.
Of course. We know how passionate you are about education. I will always remind you of that. And looking at what transpired in recent months leading to the closure, now that the unity schools have been reopened, are you, as a concerned Nigerian, confident that the security measures that have been put in place, according to what we're hearing, are built to last?
Let me first of all say I'm happy to hear they are open, and I pray that the security measures will be put in place to sustain the opening. Not that maybe next week another school has been closed and all that. But you see, I'm bothered by our preparation in terms of using technology to combat insecurity around the vicinity of our schools. I read something in the paper, somebody criticizing the Minister of Communication,
of course,
Innovation.
Let's take a break right now, Mr. Sobowale. Apologies, I believe there are some technical issues. We'll take a quick break and come back to you. Welcome back to Newsday. Thank you for staying with us. We still have with us our Arise News analyst, Mr. Dayo Sobowale, discussing the reopening of the unity schools. Apologies for the disruption, Mr. Sobowale. You were talking about technology regarding schools.
Right.
Please go on.
I read a piece in the paper, one of the papers today. Somebody was criticizing the Minister for Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy for saying that the technology that bandits and kidnappers use, they've been perpetrating their crime, is so difficult to get. And that is why they get away with what they are doing. The person doing the critique said if he had not been minister, he would be criticizing whoever was minister for saying that sort of thing. So in this era of pervasive insecurity, we need the digital economy to help us in providing instruments and technological architecture to really see these intruders and these attackers before they commit their various crimes and mayhem. Like I said, I'm happy the schools are open, and I hope they sustain that form of security. And again, I pity the students who, especially now, are writing exams. I expect them to be apprehensive, that they can hear gunshots and things like that. So I wonder how they will concentrate. So I wish them well. But the important thing is that when we talk of disruption of educational systems and institutions, it's rampant in the north. It's rampant in the north. And in this race for educational progress, the north is far behind the south. And until and unless northern leaders sit round and look at the Boko Haram motto, no to Western education, and find a way to tackle that, the north will always be lagging behind the south. Because in the south, you have parents eager to have their children educated, and they contribute. They have a Parents Teachers Association. They are ready to pay the teachers more than the government is ready to pay, because they place a premium education. Northern leaders too must place that premium on education. You see, Arabic education, while it is good as a religious experiment or religious dispensation, it should not be made to be competing with formal education, because progress in this world and economic development depends on people being articulate and being educated in this so-called Western civilization or Western education that Boko Haram and the terrorists are attacking. So let the northern leaders place more premium on English education than Arabic education. Then we make some progress.
Also, Mr. Sobowale, I appreciate your recommendation on how we should harness technology, especially partnering or collaborating with the digital economy to get ahead, taking more preventative steps towards caring for our students and making sure that they're safe. But one thing that you mentioned, and I think we often relegate this to the background, is the concern that these students have after enduring such experiences. How much would you like to see in terms of what is invested in the mental health of the students? Because I can just imagine trying to absorb knowledge or learn in an atmosphere where you're constantly afraid.
Yes. Well, it's you see, luckily, children are malleable. They are very adaptive. Once they are, how do I put it, cajoled into feeling the environment is safe, they will concentrate on whatever they are doing. Well, like I said, it is sustainability of the effort to open the schools that is the problem. And the danger to that is the dexterity and technology at the hands of the bandits and kidnappers, which our Minister for Digital Economy has said is far beyond what the state can cope with. That should not be. Because we have the resources to buy the latest technology for surveillance and preemptive, creating preemptive situations whereby you will not be caught pants down by these bandits. But like I said, I'm happy that the schools are open, but then the focus, like UNICEF said, should be on the northeast where you have Boko Haram and the northwest where you have the ban. And government should find a way to guard even, well, it's a gender situation, even girls' schools more than mixed schools or male schools. Because from Chibok down, you see that they take the girls and they marry them. They don't return them. Put them in a shape so that, for the rest of their life, they are afraid. Government should address that. We should find out various aspects of the consequences of this closure and have a combined ministerial committee to look at them so that they will have constant security wherever there are schools.
Okay.
In the north.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Mr. Sobowale, briefly, if you can. Private schools, we rarely see that they close during security concerns, and those that might be found in these areas. Are we creating a bit of a two-tier system where those that can afford that kind of education have uninterrupted education, and then those who attend these other schools
You see,
don't?
The private schools are well-funded and well-protected. But you see, it's in areas that you have absence of government and governance. Nigeria is so big. You see, that's why we need technology, like drones, CCTVs, things that will be in a place and have a, how do I put it now, a geographic view or helicopter view of what is on the ground. So they know who is moving in what direction, and they can preempt these dangers happening. We need to use digital economy, get me, to monitor our schools. You see, maybe I should even add this. You see, we should have the stomach to stem the tide of jihadism and Islamic insurgents, bandits and kidnappers. We should have the stomach to fight them. We still don't seem to have that urge. Because if you look at how the military, the paramilitary, how they operate, you look at the agenda for the year, they are still operating as if there is no insecurity.
Yeah.
Whereas they should adapt.
Yes.
That these are abnormal times, and they need to adapt whatever they do to suit those times. Not holding conferences and getting ceremonial all over the place when the schools are not safe, and
absolutely,
the ordinary citizen is afraid for his life.
Yeah, very well.
There is a need for some adaptability.
Fantastic.
Right.
I concur, especially your point on digital economy. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Dayo Sobowale. We appreciate your time and insight as always here on Newsday. Thank you.